What's going on, guys? Custom RC Mod here. I got a fresh tiny up track for you, so let's get up in the air, and I'll start running you through how the lap is working on this circuit. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm basically going to start by going through this bench thing. That's not the official start of the lap. The official time will be held with whoop laps inside the cabinet so that we don't get any stray motion sensing and some lap issues. So I go to the chicane section after I go around the tripod, and the chicane section is pretty tough, a lot of curves. When you're actually flying, I have some trouble with right turns and things like that. So yeah, it's kind of tough for me, but I did run into that chain when I go around the light. I'll go ahead and show you the back half of the course now as we go through the next track tour. So again, right through the cabinet, we're going to go under this little gate and then around the tripod, back into the chicane section. As you can see, it's really learning for me, going through the shelf, and now we're going to go through this light. This light causes a bunch of trouble, as you saw in the last lap, and we go through that wire and around back down for a new lap. So originally this track was all throughout the basement of my house, and yeah, you saw in the last track that we had a really long finished part of the basement to one little turnaround on that wire. So it was really kind of tough. I didn't really get as many laps as I would have liked to in one battery. So I got this nice short track so we can get at least 10 to 20 laps in each battery. Now I've been getting really good flights on my batteries recently. I've probably had 4 or 5 minutes each for each pack that I've done. So it's really holding up well. And there you go, another chain hit. And even another one. Yeah, that's a really big thing. One thing I have an issue of is shallow turning, which is basically when you have to make a turn into a really shallow area and speed out of it. So I'll show you where there's one coming up real soon. You can see right here. Here's an example of one where you have to turn before that bin, and here's a main one. As you can see, I had to turn really hard in order to make it so I don't hit the wall and crash on that. But basically, one thing that I can not recommend enough is that whenever you create a track, you got to create a crash map. And what that is, a crash map would be a basically overview that's drawn, or I did mine in Pages on the computer. So I just made a bunch of icons, as you can see right here, and basically it just shows the layout of the track, and all these green stars, as you can see in the key, mean their site of crashes. These aren't really completely exact, but you can see mainly I'm having trouble to shallow turn on that shelf turn, as you can see at the far right, and over on the left where I have to go through that light. I've been hitting that wire too many times, or that chain. So yeah, the crash map's really helpful. You can just draw one up in a few seconds and learn all about where you crashing, so you can know where you need to work on, get a nice strategy for, because if you can make it through it a few times, you can just get a strategy down and hopefully it will be better. I do have a few stray crashes over that tripod. I hit that once and kind of got in a really tough spot there, as well as I went into the cabinet and got stuck in there as well. So yeah, the crash map is a really great tool, so I highly recommend you do something like that. So now let's go ahead and get back to some flying, and we're going through here. This is probably full speed right now. I'm holding back a little bit. Really want to get some good stuff. Don't really want to scare you off for the racing video that I'm going to do with the Whoop Laps app that I have on my phone. So make sure you stay tuned for that, because that's going to be as fast as I can go. This is kind of conservative, even though I just crashed right there. So yeah, one thing that I really like about my new Tiny Whip setup is not only the battery, but it's just so punchy. These motors are about dead, but hey, it's really punchy for the moment. It's a special sauce motors, and I've been really getting some good response. So I'm also going to do another video on my entire setup, how to get a great setup for racing, and a bunch of different tips on how you can really get in the mode for racing, because I've been doing a lot of racing over the years of tiny whipping. It's only been, I think it's been like 2 years, but it's just a lot of fun to do, and if you get it right, you can pretty much be unstoppable in the racing aspect of drone racing in general for this. So yeah, I'm going to do a video on that. I've kind of just figured out rhythm and things like that. So yeah, as you can see, everything's really running well. I do have a bunch of junk on my props. As you can see, I was flying in the grass and got a few grass stains on the props and the prop guards and things like that. So I have another video coming out that's going to be super cool. It's going to be a banger for sure. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Please do enjoy the rest of this footage. I think I only have a few seconds left. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.